Well, hello. I know it's been a while. I just trying to get one Among Us video that I want to recorded, and the time has not presented itself because the people I want to record with are busy at the moment. One of them is almost always busy, but I'm trying to catch him at a I'm not busy moment. I decided to record a video because I'm freaking out right now. No, not over the fact that other things have happened, but somehow, while trying to get an S rank by doing the 80,000 studs, the 60 food and water in the 1 hour, I find that as soon as my Halaqual, this creature right here, glimmers, the Hala is not usually a shiny creature. So out of all the Halas I grew, not intending to get a glimmer, I got a freaking glimmer. Oh my gosh. Also, anyone else like to grow eggs in batches of 3 and just randomly nest people? Last session that I was on before I went off for a little bit was a time when I actually grew 3 it was 2 batches, and I was working on a 3rd before my game glitched out and I had to say goodbye, chillins. Casually dies. But out of the 6 people I nested and those eggs actually hatched, 2 of them left and 1 of them died because I had to leave, and they were my eldest son. Really, they told me that they were actually a girl in real life, but I don't ask based off of your real life gender, I ask your game gender if you're playing with me in something like this game where your character, or creature in this case, is male or female. Like with this one, it's female, and I'm sitting on an nest. Actually, the first batch of eggs I grew as this thing, last session, I got 100 on 2 of these eggs, and this one was at 80, and I was just waiting to take up to 100 when I had already pressed a couple of buttons, a few buttons, not just a couple, and these 2 eggs hatched, leaving that one at 80, which means I was freaking out when this one then got to 100, and that one was 80, so they were both 80. And then soon I had all 3 100s, and I nested 3 more. Well, I nested 2 the first time, 3 the next time, and I used one of my eggs and nested just 1. So I grew 6 babies, and at the time I left, my last baby was still a baby. My other 2 were adult, probably eligible for elder at that point, and one of them died with the other 2 leaving before they even reached the sad age of 5. Actually, when I somehow glimmered this thing, I did a little bit of research because I thought it was a 1 in 1,000 chance, because that's what I remember happening. Maybe someone was just freaking out about the fact that they're usually dull creatures now shiny. This was before the update of adding materials. Oh, nice. That's always fun. But they're probably freaking out about why their creature was suddenly glowing in multiple spots of their pattern when it's not supposed to, in which the whole glimmer thing was probably discovered. That's just speculation. I wasn't here that early. Oh yeah, fun. Yeah, definitely. Rest in peace, chat. I might have to leave and call this attempt at an S rank failed. You guys won't be able to see that because it's only been 28 minutes into it. A little bit over 28. It's probably almost been half an hour in. But it probably only counts that as 20 since I did spend a little bit of time off screen by checking, this. Because I usually have music in the background when I play. And I was also freaking out on Discord, like, oh my gosh, my Hala, it glimmered and I have to kill it for the S rank. But other people were like, don't kill it if you don't want to kill it. But I have to, because it's S rank. Which I haven't gotten yet, because I'm working on the revive mission. Actually, I didn't, with the challenge missions, I didn't glimmer this creature and get it. I didn't glimmer any other creatures except for this one time when I was trying to run around the main lake a buttload of times, and I only got halfway done by the time I died. But I accidentally glimmered my Daisura. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing that wrong to you peoples. Just something that happens. Ooh. Darn it. Dunes. With some of these spots that I don't know what they're called because they're not labeled, like obviously that's the tundra, the volcano, swamp plants, no one goes there even with the meat spot there. Dunes, the desert, oasis, I think I already said redwoods. No one, it's universally agreed that this is the river. It's not really universally agreed which one's main lake, but this one is main lake. I've always called this one the Dead Sea because there's no meat spot and the water is not fresh water. This one's technically not fresh water, although I have had water from it when I'm actually swimming inside. I just call this usually the Plain Dune Lake, or Dunes Tower Lake, because it's literally connected to the Dunes Tower. This one to me is the Dunes Pond, and that's the hotel for whatever reasons. This one's the jungle, when people always call that something similar to this. This one's something similar to this. This one's hot springs to me. That's the valley. Honestly, there was this one time when I was nested as a boreal warden, and I had found that there were plants at the jungle, and my boreal parent, who was beginning to starve, thought that I meant swamp. Plants don't grow at the swamp. Plants do not grow. Minions do not grow at the swamp. They grow at the jungle, and for some reason, instead of hearing flower jungle or whatever else, they thought swamp. No. I found plants inside the little volcano cave, in which the entrance is somewhere around here. It's a cave, you'll see it at the base level of the volcano. I've seen plants on the cliffside leading into this area. I've seen plants around here. There's been plants here and around the dunes area. There's been plants here as well. That's all the places that I've ever seen plants besides the aquatic plants that are littered throughout Sonaria. Also, I'm trying a different nesting spot, because usually I nest as a Hala. As a Hala, I usually nest up in this. As a Valmora, I nest in that cave there. I don't typically nest at all, but when I do nest, I usually randomly nest, but for creatures that I really like, namely Valmora and Hala, because Hala is fast and Valmora is strongest flyer I have at the moment. I usually have a dedicated nesting spot to them, and even when thinking about nesting my Hala in the Valmora's den, I was like, no, that's the Valmora den, not the Hala den. And I was thinking about making the hotel just over there. The Parahex, my English is suffering today. My native language is suffering today. I don't know why. But I was thinking about making the hotel my Parahexilian den. Is it a Kurugosk? It's a Kurugosk. I don't have the Kurugosk species, but I do have the stored version from the trial tree. Goodness! The trial creature token, in which I spend on site. Don't ask me why, I just do. Or it's really not giving me any profits. Most of my profits are based off of tokens, so I should probably aim for A and farm those. What the heck? I know that was not the Nidolatus. It's not the Kurogatos. Looks like Kurogatos to me. Yeah, this Grimos Sonaria. I know that doesn't make that sound. It makes the same Triboros sound. Yes, I have heard that it's actually called... I have actually heard that the baaing sound from a sheep is called bleating. Yes, those times before when I knew I was gonna become a Glimmer Parrot. Nympharchus. No. I actually watched some Parahexilian versus other creature videos. It lost to a Kendall, and I think it was a Sonaria that it also lost to, but it won against a freaking Sarhangaro. Both the times when it was not fighting in the air, but just fighting on the ground, that thing won against it without using Harden and without the My goodness! The Parahexilian won against the Sarhangaro without using Harden, and the Sar not using its Plasma Beam. And it also won against the Sar when it was using Harden and the Sar was using its Plasma Beam. That thing can take down a freaking Sar, but it can't take down a Kendall, or, if I remember correctly, a Sonaria. Personally, with the time missions, I'm currently working on getting the Yeba ID. I saw that brick just done. 2 eggs. Nice. Didn't even... Do nests actually... Do the eggs in the nest actually, develop, I guess? Even while you're not sitting on it, incubating the eggs? Well, now I'm only really incubating one. Yes, if I had provided the strategy said by... Yeah. I think she might be an HGD by D fan. Like I am Wings of Fire and a FNAF fan. You can barely even see the eye because of how I colored this strip right here in the eye as well. The eye is the only thing that really glows on this creature. Everything else is the plain old texture without any neon effect. No, I'm just gonna try to nest these 2 babies. try not to incubate these eggs. Instead, I'm gonna just sit down and try to nest 2 babies instead of the usual 3 that I do, because... Oh, one. That's one. Hello, baby. Hello, children. And they immediately try to leave. Typical kids. Immediately wanting to leave the nest. There's always one in every batch that wants to leave. Look at him. He's going. I'm not even gonna make the Hall of Family pack. Still can't believe that I nested so many. Nesting 6. Half of them surviving the day entirely. Decided to retire because my game was glitching, as I said. Just a little fun fact, and I'll prove it here. Or not. I want to stay with my baby. But I have found that during my adventures of trying to get the S rank using the Halaqual, which is the easiest to do, although I still haven't managed to do it because it always tells me, you weren't on long enough. Yeah, right. But Halaquals are not affected by the cold effect, and they don't get hypothermia. So those kiddos out there don't even have to shelter. They can just fly off. I mean, if you just watch, I don't get the status effect up here. And I'm not getting the hypothermia message, nor am I losing health. Although this thing is not semi-aquatic, so I should not stay in here long. They're probably hungry. It's so cute how I was that small and I'm this big glowy thing. I think my favorite things to play as are omnivores because I have the luxury of eating both types of foods. And my favorite creatures, I'd say, or my go-to for... because I prefer an all-terrain omnivore, so that would be a Uveus or a Flixlet, because they are omnivores that are also all-terrain creatures. They can fly and they can swim. Who's just hitching a ride? Yeah. I always get nervous around the bigger creatures that I know can kill me. I saw that, but I couldn't identify it because I didn't press H in time and I wouldn't be able to read it anyway. Because it would get too small too fast. There they go! As long as the statement still holds true, but every 8 summers there's going to be an eruption. Oh no. Oh, baby! 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 I wasn't paying attention to my stamina. But this is about, I'd say, 3 summers away. Just to be safe. The old volcano model, I would be able to identify it with the correct position in just a in just mere moments. Well, I might just end off here with my baby who might just be trying to die. No! Baby! Stay with me, children. So that would be our close call goodbye of today. Again, I apologize for the lateness of a new video, but I've been thinking on what to do, and I decided to just do a Creatures of Sonaria while I was trying to nest a baby. Wish me luck on getting an S rank, and I shall see you in the next video, in which I don't know if it will be the Among Us I want it to be or not. So, farewell, and I shall bid you adieu.